The mobile industry is buzzing about this next generation of high-speed wireless service. Wireless technology has made extraordinary advances in just 4 decades to the point where we are now on the verge of 5G, the 5th generation of wireless communication. In this video, we will touch on the fundamentals of wireless technology and, most importantly, all the hype surrounding 5G. The fundamental part of any wireless technology, like your cell phone, wireless router, radio, and even your TV remote, is something called electromagnetic waves. Simply put, it's radiation. Radiation waves are all around us at all time. Some are natural and some are human-made. On one end of the spectrum, these wavelengths could be so huge the size of mountains, like AM/FM radio waves, and on the other end of the spectrum, they are so tiny they are measured in a billionth of a meter, like gamma rays. To understand the type of radiation, it is distinguished as ionizing and non-ionizing radiation. Non-ionizing radiation is potentially less harmful as it contains less energy which cannot break chemical bonds, where ionizing radiation is harmful and can break chemical bonds between atoms. Until now, telecommunication networks use radio waves or radio frequency RF energy to transmit and receive voice and data. However, 5G, the latest generation wireless network, will operate on a higher frequency than 4G on the electromagnetic spectrum. These higher frequencies are known as millimeter waves. Millimeter waves are great at transmitting a large amount of data super fast, about 100 times faster than our current network. The drawback to millimeter wave frequency is a short connection range. Coverage is about 10 meters to a few hundred meters. So to ensure coverage, a huge number of additional network antennas need to be installed relatively close to each other all over our cities to enable instantaneous connectivity to billions of devices, such as connected autonomous cars, factory robotics, smart cities. With more devices, faster communication, and higher speeds, 5G will be a game changer in wireless telecommunications. This is to be achieved through major advances in 3 important areas, such as connectivity, latency, and bandwidth. Let's explore together these 3 areas. Connectivity. Connectivity refers to the number of devices that can communicate with each other. There are already more than 5 billion devices, but by 2020, that number is expected to reach 50 to 100 billion devices worldwide. Today's devices, smartphones for example, are mainly used by people communicating with other people. However, 5G enables a connection of objects to the internet and to each other. Latency or response time. Latency is the time taken for devices to respond to each other over the wireless network. 3G networks had a typical response time of 100 milliseconds. 4G is around 30 milliseconds, and 5G will be as low as 1 millisecond. To understand how fast that is, the average blink of an eye takes 0.1 to 0.4 seconds, or 100 to 400 milliseconds. This is virtually instantaneous, opening up a new world of connected applications and devices. Self-driving cars are just one example of how important low latency is, making decisions in a split second. Bandwidth. 5G will allow very high downloading speeds. Speed is the benchmark for wireless network performance. Also known as bandwidth, data transfer rate, data rate, or connection speed, it refers to the amount of digital data exchanged between 2 devices via a specific channel in a given period. For example, to download a DVD 4.7 gigabytes, it would take 13 minutes. A 5G-enabled smartphone or laptop could download the content of an entire DVD over a mobile 5G data link in just 4 seconds. As our technology advances, we get so excited about all the cool things it would help us do. 5G's benefits, such as enhanced speed and performance, lower latency, and better efficiency, is intended to be the technology that allows the Internet of Things to exist and tie all Internet-connected devices together. But it will also come with risks, and we should not ignore the related health effects and security threats that could be associated with this convenience. So what are the effects of many cell stations placed all throughout our neighborhoods and cities? Well, this will no doubt increase RF radiation exposure. With RF radiation, how close the source is to our physical bodies is more important than the power level or wattage of the radiation. RF radiation dissipates with distance. A low-powered exposure right next to someone is more dangerous than a more powerful exposure a long ways away. Also, the longer the exposure time is, the more dangerous it is. 5G is ultra high frequency and ultra high intensity. And since 5G uses shorter length millimeter waves, they don't travel as far or through objects. With our current number of cell towers, the cell signal will not be reliable. So 5G will need to have more sources around us, closer to us, that are more powerful. We don't know a lot about the health implications of 5G radiation yet, but we do know 4G and other RF radiation sources are very likely the root cause of so many diseases we face every day. Low doses of RF radiation over a long period of time are linked with many health issues. Knowing this, we must put emphasis on what steps will be taken by the corporations implementing this technology to minimize negative health effects right at the start before it's too late. We agree that 5G will be the leader in internet-connected products, and as mentioned before, ranging from self-driving cars and smart cities to augmented reality and artificial intelligence. This vastly increased number of devices and an elevated use of virtualization and the cloud will mean many more 5G security threats. Now more than ever, every move and every piece of data about you entered in a computer is collected. Who is collecting all this info and for what? Where and in whose hands will this information be down the road? To the highest bidder, to the next big corporation, the next big regime, or all of the above? Your guess is as good as mine. We can already see the shit show unfolding as the rat race for 5G domination has started, such as in the case of US banning Huawei. Unless the right strategies are set and applied for the security of both your health and identity, what we gain in convenience and speed, we will lose in our quality of life and how we feel. Only time will tell how the 5G network will impact our health and the environment.